Grapes are so fucking good.
Hey, morning, guys. All right, so today's day 2. Let's get into it. So, anyone that is new to weight loss in general, maybe this is your first time ever really getting into all this madness and insanity and conflicting opinions and the different studies suggesting that this and that are, not compatible or won't work. Simply put, whether you've been on this journey for a minute or you're brand new to it, weight loss is an interesting experience because you're going to learn patterns about your body. And they seem to kind of fall into categories that are pretty common. And one of the most common categories about tracking your weight is that you're going to see, over longer periods of time especially, that you have like a nest area of where you have a high weight and a low weight. And it seems to always fall into pretty predictable patterns. For me, what I've noticed over the last 4 years is that on the weekends, for whatever reason, my weight goes up. It's been like that forever. At one point, I used to beat myself up because I thought it was all about overeating. But as the years have gone on and I've gotten better at staying in tighter calorie windows and being consistent and adhering to what I set up for my plans, especially when it comes to eating and activity combined, that there's still this same pattern. And what that looks like is going into the weekend, I could be right around 198. By Saturday night, I'm as high as 208, 210. Sunday morning, I was 205. This morning, I was 201. This is pretty predictable for the past month. Now, for the past month, I've been eating at what I would call maintenance, meaning even though there was like ups and downs, I was always in that nest area of like 205, 203 to 198, 197. So I started tracking that. I threw it into my my Hume Health app and I screenshotted it. I will include that in the video. I will include the macro breakdown for what it looked like yesterday. My calories were just short of 2,500. And I'm going to just be having the exact same foods in the same amounts in different combinations, but the same things all this month. This morning, waking up, 201. I even went to the bathroom again after that. So, if I wanted to milk the scale, get back on it and capture the footage, I could have, but it's like I'm not. For what? For what? It's okay. Yeah. So, same food, same things. What did the training look like today? So, when I talked to Cole Robinson over the weekend, he advised me that I should be doing body weight calisthenics. And he's been pushing that for a minute. I know he's really into it, and I'm sure there is plenty of evidence to suggest that it is great. Over these years, I've really fallen in love with the mechanics of lifting weights. Now, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're in a weight loss phase, and you're not taking in protein, it is most likely not smart to train to failure. However, I really enjoy how do I put it, man? The art of these movements in the gym. So what it looks like now is I'll do a warm-up set where it's like, let's say it's something like lat pull downs. I'll put 50 pounds on, just stretch the muscle, complete the movement, contracting, right? And then once it's warmed up, after 12, 15 reps, I'll go a little bit higher on the weight. Today I went up to 100, nothing too strenuous, and then I do one set to failure. Stop there. That's it. Like I've activated the muscle, I've stretched out the muscle, I've pumped blood in the muscle. On the next, sit down at the row machine, get my wrist straps on, same thing, right? Like just going through the movement, stretching and contracting the muscle. One set light, one set a little bit heavier. That's it. Onto the ab machine. Throw 180 pounds on it. 2 sets, 10. Just legs up in the air, feeling the muscles contracting, stopping. On to the next one. 40 pounds for shrugs, nothing serious. Slow reps, like really milking the movement, getting that pinch at the top of the movement, and then stretching to a complete lower position. On to biceps, grab 30-pound weights, 2 sets of 10. Slow, steady, contracting the muscle. On to the next one. Got on the tread, 60 minutes. I got a little over 5,000 steps in. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to time my lunch meal around. Could be 10, could be 11. We'll see. On Mondays, our maintenance department, we have a Zoom call where we just kind of check in and go through the work orders from last week, what's still open, what's longer term projects, stuff like that. So my goal for this week, obviously, is to go into the weekend below 198. If that's 196, excellent. And the reason I say that, even though that's larger than my 2 to 3 pound goal, is because I don't know how much water I'm carrying right now. I consume tons of fluids. I have, huge amounts of fluids coming in from watermelon and strawberries, juice. I got to play with it a little bit and see, because I need to, over a period of time, track the metric of the weight, looking at the scale and seeing it go down. Now, let's say this week I end at 198. Then I have a metric. It might not be, real in the sense that I know that, okay, that's for sure 2 pounds weight loss. But the next week, I can follow that pattern. And that's what's really important is having these landmarks that we can refer to on the map that we're building with our weight log, weighing on the scale. What I will say is interesting is I'm not a big fan of weighing a second time in the day, because I carry a lot of weight through the day. It's totally normal. Like I said, Saturday night, I did not have a substantial amount of food. I had 2,200 calories for the day. It was my last day having mixed macros. Even with 2,200 calories, I was 10 pounds heavier on the scale. So if I had, been tracking that and using that as something that I'm going to reflect on and worry about and harp on, it wouldn't have been the best. But feel free to also have a second weigh in during the day. Last night, interestingly enough, I did, just for it. I stepped on the scale before dinner, and it was, in the morning it was 205 point something, and at night it was also 205 point something. Now keep in mind, I'm also pissing like a racehorse right now, which for me, it's excellent because, like I said, I hold so much water, dude. It could be my estrogen from messing around with pro hormones, could be a lot of things. I think it was always the case even when I started out at 350 pounds. I'd always just been just a monster, dude, just a beast, holding everything forever and ever, just like it's all mine. I just hold it. So going into the day, getting busy. I got about 15 minutes before I get on the clock. I picked a new office to I should probably block out the logo. Whatever, man. I'm leaving here in a couple months anyways. Have a great day. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for the comments. Please remember to ask me questions in the comment section so that I have things to respond to from time to time in these videos, because I know a lot of people, myself included, just want to know more about what's going on. This is a very interesting diet. Energy's great, mood great, feeling, overall wellness, excellent. Blood pressure feels pretty good. It could be that I've gone from 1,500 milligrams of caffeine to some days only having 100, if that, and not every day, which is a new and novel concept. And so that's it for today. Everyone have a good one.